to the music scene, showing lots of love for the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see. So all around town radio show is where I go for the latest band info.
There we go. Hi, Glenn. How are you? Welcome. What's up, Jeff Vance? Toy Hobbs in the house. I'm representing Toy. I am repping today. Show.
The hot around town radio.
My ears are wrapped up. Jeez. What are we doing today, people?
It's the Weekend Review. It's a Bible cover
Yeah.
for you.
All right.
Speaking with the fans, sometimes they
All right. How y'all doing out there today? Everybody doing all right? Hey, Jeff Vance, give me a sound check, brother. I had to go remote on Thursday, so I tore the studio down a little bit and hooked it all back up. Let me know if it's still sounding all right to you. Who else we got out there in the house today? Jim McCarthy is here, my resident producer. Hi, Michelle. Thanks for dropping in. Hi, Skip from Liars for Hire. Hi, Sherry. What's going on, Sherry? You doing all right? All right. What else we got? Ashley Knapp. Sherry, thanks for joining me last Wednesday on the show. We appreciate that. Talked about Rock Camp. Good stuff. Good stuff. Fantasy Rock Camp, that is. Ashley Knapp in the house. How you doing, Ashley? Sugar Rock has joined the party. We're going to talk about them today as well. And 5x5. Thank you, Jeff. I haven't heard that in a long time. We are 5x5. Johnny Fink in the house. What's up, Johnny Fink? The blues master, Johnny Fink. Hey, Ditch. How are you? Good to see you today. Rick Piper is in the house. What's up? You say it sounds all right. Good. I'm glad. Kevin McCoy Band has joined us. How about that? Kevin McCoy, ladies and gentlemen, in the house. The Kevin McCoy. And, yeah, we had a great time with you, Sherry. We did. It was fun and enjoyed every minute of that. The folks you brought on with you were so much fun, too. We just had a good time on last Wednesday. So go back and watch that one if you haven't, folks. If you want to learn about Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp, Sherry's experience there. It's cool. Hi, Amy. How are you? It's good to see you. And it was good to see you on Saturday. We're going to talk about Amy here in a minute. And, yeah, thank you, Mr. Jim McCarthy. And my friend Jerry Nimmersheim checking in on the old YouTube channel. Thank you, Jerry, for being here. Hey, it's Monday, May 6th. You're backstage here from the Hall Around Town Radio Studios, your number one source for live local music news, bands, venues, and more, and your home for everything music. Don't forget to hit the little share button on our shows, guys. The more you share, the more views we get and the more support we get for live local music, and we appreciate that more than you know. So let's see what we had. We did our Who's Playing Out last Thursday. It's brought to you now by Heather's in Springboro, and Heather's is our new sponsor on that one. And I had a lot of people ask me, somebody asked me the other day, did you have a falling out with Froggies? I said, no, they changed ownership, and I don't even know who the new owners are, people. So, you know, the old owners were great to us and certainly love them and what they did for the amount of years they did it for. And we were glad to have them as a part of that. So Stacy and Rich, thank you again for all the support you've given us. And thank you, Heather, for picking up the slack when we lost that sponsorship and jumping on board. We appreciate that as well. Steve Stein in the house. How are you? Good to see you. George Orr is in the house. What'd I say the other night, George? Spicoli and Carrot Top. I'm just going to leave it at that, my friend. Going to leave it at that. Hey, Heath Bowling, how are you? Thanks for dropping in today. I talked to Joe yesterday for a minute at Mr. Burroughs. He said he saw you play the other night. Said it was a great time and all that fun stuff. So let me move on down here, guys. You can follow us on all the socials. We're on Instagram. We're on the Book Face. We're on the Tube of You. We're also on the Tweetin', but we don't tweet. And we're on that thing called TikTok as Voyeur. We post very rarely because I don't know how to use it, to be honest with you. And it's too much. There's too many social media platforms to try to keep up with all day long. So you can find us on the Book of Face. You can find us on YouTube with our live programming, and you can get it every week, Monday through Thursday. Monday is our weekend update. Tuesday, Hot Topic Tuesday. Wednesday with the band, and Thursday, who's playing out in the tri-state. If you've got something about local music that just sticks under your fingernails and makes you irritated, and you want Karis and I to address it on Tuesday, Hot Topic Tuesday, send that in our direct message. We'd love to hear from you on that one. Or if you've got a positive topic you want to talk about as well. We do positivity. We like joy and judgment, but we do positivity. Hi, Jimmy Kilroy. Thanks for dropping in, buddy. And can a musician sponsor the day with bands? Anybody can sponsor the day with bands. Anybody can sponsor Monday. We're looking for that. And just message me if anybody's interested in that. We'd be glad to jump on it, as they say. Isn't that like an 80s song? Jump on it. Apache, something like 70s, 80s. Yeah. This week in music for us, I'm going to get started. If you saw somebody play over the weekend or this last week and you didn't post it on our page when we called for it, drop it in the comments. We'll be glad to give them a shout out here if we can today, and love to do that. I want to start out, though, and go back to last Wednesday at Heather's. Heather is our sponsor. I've got to give her a big shout out. She runs a great show. We did our Name That Tune there, week number 5 of that one in the season, and we go all the way through November, and it was a perfect night, perfect weather. Had great crowd that night on the patio. Beautiful nights bring out beautiful people. And we did 3 rounds of Name That Tune. Round number 1 titled Stand By Your Man, songs about men. Ladies Night, we had to give the ladies equal opportunity. Ladies Night was round number 2, and then our decades, round 60s through the 2000s, 2 each decade. That was fun. And then on Thursday, we jumped on a special night there at Heather's. I did a Friends Trivia, which we're doing first Thursdays, and next month is already insanely popular. We're doing Taylor Swift night, so bring your Swifties out and join us for that one. It's got so much momentum, it's not even funny. And that's going to be first Thursday at Heather's on the patio. Taylor Swift lookalike contest even that night, so get dressed, get ready. But we had the Springboro Junior High competition cheer squad doing a fundraiser that night. They raised a bunch of money for uniforms, and absolutely love these little girls. They were so much fun, and they were out there selling raffle tickets and basket raffles, and they had a ball. And we had a great time with our Friends Trivia folks. And thanks to Heather and Jerry for jumping in and helping me grade and get that done, because we had a good crowd and a lot of fun that night at Heather's on the patio for first Thursday. And congrats to the girls from Springboro Junior High for raising some money for their cheerleader uniforms that night. Good bunch of young ladies, very classy, very professional group there with their advisors and their coaches and such in the house as well. So let me get to a couple comments, and then we'll get to the rest of the weekend, because I have a ton to talk about. And again, if you saw somebody play, please drop it in the comments. I'll get to that. Good afternoon, Jeanette. Thanks for joining us. And Glenn, he says, saw Ann Coleman Friday at Walt's Hitching Post, then to the Bell and the Bear for Johnny Fink, and Saturday at Rick's for Turned Up Band. You know, you have to tell me what's going on at Rick's, man. You said they got new ownership, but it's difficult to get anything out of them anymore. Then to Club Trio for Don't Tell Steve. Man, you were a busy man, Glenn. You were hitting them all. Thank you for that report. And I took Friday night off from live music. I went, instead of live music, I went live feeding. I went to Jimmy's Italian Kitchen in Kettering. What a great place to eat. If you haven't been there, it's an old Taco Bell. This is a mom and pop Italian restaurant. It is the best food you will eat. And we stopped in there at Jimmy's and had dinner. And then I was worn out from 3 nights straight of trivia, so I took Friday off and sat on the couch and watched a movie or something when I got home. Probably didn't last long, but that's what Friday was for us. But then on Saturday, we cranked it up, man. Saturday was a big weekend for us, kicking it off. And I want to talk about several acts that we got to see on Saturday. And again, if you saw somebody play, guys, drop it in the comments out there. We'd love to hear from you. But I want to start out with, it was kind of a Heather's weekend for us. And, last weekend we were all over the place. We were down at, we were at the Blue Note in Harrison. We were at the Moose in Miamisburg. But this weekend stayed a little close to home and hit Heather's up a whole bunch. So Saturday, Heather started a 1 to 4 happy hour with live music on Saturday. It's a real laid back, chill environment on a beautiful patio. You can sit there and have a few drinks and eat some appetizers or whatever you want to eat. And we sat on the patio and got introduced to a group that I've been wanting to go see because they were kind enough to send us their musical lineup each week. And we went to see Sugar Rock. And boy, did we have fun. It was a great time. And let me get to Danny's comment here. Happy Monday. And she said Nathan had two amazing shows at the Grub Pub and Patriot Public House. Boy, say that 3 times fast. And yeah, we had a great weekend too. So thank you, Danny, for your support always. We appreciate you. And you're killing it with Nate's, certainly Nate's social media and so on. So congrats to you as well. But let me get to Sugar Rock here. It's a duo right now, currently. I think they have a band in the works as well. But wow, I want to tell you, Frank and Leah, just a great time. Let me give you some of the artists and songs that they did out there. We talk about a laid back, nice afternoon. We heard everything from, gosh, Amy Winehouse, would she sing "Kiss Me"? "To Know You Is to Love You." They go back in time. Originally by the Teddy Bears. Bobby Vinton did a cover of that. "Be My Little Baby" by the Ronettes. They did some originals, Sugar Rock originals thrown in there, which were fantastic. Jolene, Frank on the keys and guitar, obviously playing that up, and then Leah on the guitar as well and singing. And I mean, "Long Cool Woman" by the Hollies. These are songs you don't normally hear played out a whole lot. One thing I really admired about them, about Sugar Rock, was they changed their set list on the fly that day. They got there and realized they're also, in conjunction with the afternoon happy hour and live music on the patio, was a bridal shower going on in a portion. And if you've ever been to Heather's, her patio is huge. So, there's lots of areas you can do things there. So there was a bridal shower going on, and they kind of changed their first set list while the bridal shower was still there to include a lot of love songs and such, which really impressed me that they would do that on the fly and not just stick to their guns and play everything that they had, in their minds they were going to play that day. Other things that they did that I really enjoyed was shouting out new customers when they came in. People would come in and sit down at a table and they'd say, "Hey, welcome," and all that. I thought that was a classy act too, to be able to identify new people in the room and get them involved in their show. Jefferson Airplane's "White Rabbit," they did that one. Bobby McGee, just a whole bunch while we were there and got a chance to see them. So hats off to Sugar Rock. You're going to hear a lot more about them. Two great people who ended up staying. I had to leave and go back home for a little bit and get ready to come back down to Heather's for our Saturday night entertainment. And they were still there after their show supporting the next band who was playing. And that was cool as well. So really cool stuff. And they're two great people. And Frank's got great 80s hair, man. He makes David Coverdale look like, he needs to up his hair game. He's got wonderful 80s hair. I got to give him a shout out on that. And there's a picture on our page, if you go back and look at it, from from the Rockstar show, that shows 3 people with hair and 1 without. That's me. One of these things is not like the other. Yes. Toy said Frank and Leah were so awesome and great people to hang out with. Thank you, Toy. And hello, Amy. Yes, she says yes. He has great hair, and it's not a wig. No, it's original, ladies and gentlemen. It is. So thank you to Frank and Leah. Great afternoon, and it was really good to hang out with them afterwards when we were there seeing Rockstar. And I'll just segue right into that because I think that's probably important. Hi, Billy Rock. How are you? What's going on? The Billy Rock Band. Billy McCarthy in the house. What's happening? And yes, tell Frank I appreciate his hair very much. I wish I could grow that. If I started growing that hair right now, I couldn't get it to look like his in the amount of time I've got left on this earth. So why try? Plus, look at this. Yeah, not good. But awesome vocals, Leah. Great time. We had a wonderful time with you guys. And we'll be back to see you again, hopefully real soon, and enjoy a Sugar Rock show. And TJ said, yes, really nice people, and they are, and I love the way they were supporting Rockstar. They stayed around, and they played all afternoon. So yeah, as Toy will tell you, even though it wasn't super warm on Saturday, it was still hot up on that stage, and it was a little bit of a sweater up there. So they were probably tired and ready to go home, but they hung out with us and enjoyed that time. Hello, Diana. What did you miss? Would you like me to just go back and start over, Diana, just for you, dear? I love you, Diana. All right. Let's talk about Rockstar. I'm wearing the shirt. I love this band. Can I say that? And there's a lot of reasons I love this band. All right. Are they technically as tight as some band? No. Okay. Are they the big touring act that puts on the flamboyance and all the sets and props and state? No, but they do a great job in tribute to the 80s. And I love that about them. What I especially love is there's no downtime between songs. They segue from one song to another with a perfect mix, like I used to do back on the turntables back in the day. They're mixing the music and playing it the way it ought to be played, and just entertaining as hell. It's a trip through 80s rock. I'll tell you that. First of all, it's the first time that I'd seen Amy with the band. And she worked those difficult 80s vocals like a pro. And Amy, we talked on the break. She was like, oh, there's a couple bad moments there. Don't worry about it. I mean, you're learning with this band. You're gaining momentum. You guys, you got a good product. It's a wonderful thing. And everybody in that room stayed. It wasn't the biggest crowd ever at Heather's, because anytime they predict storms, it kills that sometimes. And it wasn't a full house by any way, shape, or form. But I will tell you, the people that were there stayed the whole time. In fact, they outlasted us many times. So really just amazing staying power that this band had that night. And thank you, Amy, for that, talking about Sugar Rock. And Bonnie, thank you. I'll leave that up there. Thank you for saying what you saw. I'm chatting right now about Rockstar, if you're just joining the show. And if you haven't seen them yet, go check them out. Now, again, I've seen another version of the band with a different lead singer and all that, but Amy fits the mold. She's doing a great job, and they all have stage names, which is kind of funny as well. And I'll talk about that for just a minute, because I like the way that they take this stuff fun and light and enjoy it, and the wigs and the attire, everything is an 80s rock show. It's like stepping back in time. And, they have stage names. Toy has Troy Wolf. Amy's is Amy Glitz. George's is George Iron Ore. I love that one. And then Rick on the keyboards and guitar, Ricky Stars. And Rick on the bass is Rick Raven. And let me talk about song lists, people. Can I do that? Can I get into their song list for just a minute? Let's talk about the first set. If you like 80s music, all right, we're going to do that. And Rick says fun is the goal. I hope so, because you make it happen. And I will throw that in there. Thank you for that. Brian, I hope it was a great show. We had Signs of Life on the show a couple weeks back talking about that show at the Sorg Theater. So I hope it was a great show. And I'll get to yours, Jimmy, in just a minute. It's a big comment. So give me a minute so I don't cover up here as I'm talking about Rockstar. Separate Ways, Don't Tell Me You Love Me, The Final Countdown, Jump. Okay, I Hate Myself for Loving You, Walk This Way. Look What the Cat Dragged In, Unskinny Bop, Let's Get Rocked, Def Leppard rocking out there. And then certainly Barracuda. What else? Runaway, Bon Jovi, Rebel Yell, Dancing with Myself, Kiss Me Deadly, and Come Sail Away. That was the first set, people. Then came set 2. Listen to these songs. If you love 80s music, you're going to love every one of these. Turn Me Loose, Any Way You Want It, Heartbreaker, Cherry Pie, Pour Some Sugar on Me, Crazy Train, which was incredibly good. Another Thing Coming, which TJ got up to sing with him. Our friend TJ Wethington, who got up and sang. I believe that was the one he did that was just fantastic. And then, and TJ's a hell of a performer as well. And it's nice that the band allowed him to come up and sing with them and enjoyed that. Then hit me with their best shot, Photograph, I Love Rock and Roll, Home Sweet Home. Great keyboard work, Rick, by the way. Sweet Child of Mine, Shoot to Thrill. Gosh, Shook Me All Night Long, Talk Dirty to Me. And then there's a big hole in the tent now where Toy played Eruption in Panama. And You Really Got Me. And all those thrown in there. So, yeah, there's this big giant hole in Heather's tent that has to be patched before Wednesday, before we get into that. And then their final set, Living on a Prayer, You Give Love a Bad Name, Don't Stop Believing, Here I Go Again, Once Bitten, Twice Shy. What else do we have? Sharp Dressed Man. Gosh, I'm trying to read these. This one's a little blurry. I Want You to Want Me, Love Song, Tesla in there. Rock You Like a Hurricane, Girls, 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 Kickstart My Heart, Highway to Hell, Round and Round, and Nothing But a Good Time, and ended it up with Rock and Roll All Night and Party every day. Take that one for a list, people. That's Rockstar's list. Imagine going to that show. You're singing all night long. Really entertaining, killer guitar work, wonderful vocals, tight and fun. Go see them. Follow them on the Book of Face, Rockstar Band. Find them. Find them. It's this logo, I think, on their page. Check it out. Toy, drop your link in there if you can. I can't do it while I'm on, but drop your link in, if you will. Let me see what Jimmy's got to say. Jim said he saw plenty of great goodness. Gracious, Jim, you've been busy, my friend. You've been incredibly busy. Yeah, I can't even read all those, but it looks like you had a wonderful time. Said every stop was awesome. I love your music support, Jim Kilroy. You're wonderful. Diana took the hubby to see Johnny at the Bell and the Bear, minus the camera. There you go. You actually had a night sitting in the audience. I like to hear that. Then Signs of Life at the Sorg. Yes. And what a great show. I'm sure that was. Steve Stein says awesome set list there. And yes, there you go. RockstarBandOhio.com. Find them there. Find them on the Book of Face. Just follow them. Do that. Thank you guys also for your hospitality. I got to give Jason a shout out for the sound. Did a great job. When Heather's there, and she and I always talk about sound, and she said to me, the sound is really good. And it was excellent. Jason, you did a marvelous job if you're watching. And you really did a great thing for the band by dialing them in like that. And everybody going mobile, too. That's fun. Toy, when you go mobile with the guitar and get out there, that's some great stuff. So Rockstar Band was our Saturday night, and that happened at Heather's Cafe on the patio. When it says cafe, a lot of people say, man, how does she get these big bands in a cafe? It's a patio that holds 350 people. All right, there's that many seats out there. So yeah, and under the tents, there's 250 seats. So they can punch that in, and even if it's raining, still have a good night. Unfortunately, people get scared off when it's going to rain or storm. And there was a lot to compete with Saturday night while Rockstar was there. The Derby Day parties, all that going on. There's a big party that happened the next day, and Cinco de Mayo. I mean, there was a lot of things happening for people, but really a wonderful time at Heather's. I know Heather enjoyed it, and Jim McCarthy throwing the link in there for Facebook for Rockstar Band. Thank you. I'll throw that one up in the comments there, but people can find it. And again, if you saw somebody play over the weekend, guys, you want a shout out here, please throw it in there. Hello, Kara. Hope you're doing better. Hope you're feeling well. And Toy, you're welcome. Rick, you're welcome. And let me keep going here. I've still got another act to talk about. And if you didn't join us on our page today to see all the pictures of who we saw over the weekend, and I try to take a few pictures. I'm not a professional photographer, so don't blame me if they're blurry. All right. I get 3 or 4 hall passes in at Heather's. They might be blurry. That's a drink, by the way. And I will tell you that we had an opportunity. I had an opportunity, and I shouldn't say we. I say we a lot, but it's not always we. It was me. Before a show at the Schuster Center with Dayton Live and The Lion King, which was incredible, I'll mention in a moment, we went to see Finding Melissa. And Finding Melissa, unbelievable. I'm just going to say that. Kenny, Melissa, and Stephanie. This trio is the boss. I mean, I was so blessed with great vocals all weekend, and I got the chance to see Finding Melissa at Mr. Burroughs Sunday Fun Day. And I know I've frozen up. I see it again. So if we're frozen, please listen. Yes, please listen, and we'll go from there because I just have Finding Melissa to talk about, and we're having some sort of issue between Facebook and the streaming platform. I dug into it the other day when it froze, and the streaming platform is having issues with the Book of Face. Imagine that. They cut it out on groups, by the way, so I can't, like my trivia group, I can't go live on the platform with because Facebook eliminated that. And so now we're frozen again. So as I say, when we say we're frozen, and Jim says cold front came through, I want to talk about Finding Melissa, and please listen to this, guys. I want to tell you some songs they did. And as I tell you this, let me remind you, these harmonies are perfect. Stephanie and Melissa couldn't be any better harmonizing if they were siblings. I mean, this is absolutely, I mean, it's like listen to the Judds without the country. It's perfect harmonies. Bad Case of Loving You, Cuts Like a Knife, Million Reasons, Heartbreaker, Head Over Feet, How You Remind Me, Black Velvet, Broken Halos, Mama's Broken Heart, We Belong, Wasted Years, Crazy Train in a arrangement I've never heard in my life. You May Be Right, It's Not Love, Unstoppable, Who Says You Can't Go Home, and just all kinds of fun stuff there. I didn't get a chance to see set 2, but I got a picture of their set list. So let me give you an idea of what was on it. Working for the Weekend, Royals, Chasing Cars, Barracuda, Zombie, Second Chance, She Will Be Loved, This One's for the Girls, Heads Carolina, Leave the Pieces, Alone Again, Save Your Love, No One Like You, Rainbow in the Dark, Creep, Don't Stop Believing, and Wanted Dead or Alive as their ending song. So there you go. There you have it. We know we're frozen, but that was our Finding Melissa experience on Sunday before I went to the Lion King. An incredible production at the Schuster Center. And the production people, the lighting, the sound, it was amazing. And of course, the Lion King is just absolutely amazing as well. If you've never seen the Lion King on Broadway, it's a bucket list item before you get it done, because it's the Broadway version of that is amazing how they do it, and just absolutely talented people. Every time I go to the Schuster, I see so much talent on that stage and realize there's talent all over the world, and these people come from near and far to put these productions on. So yes, Kara, an incredible set list that they had. You need to catch them sometime. I know you love that kind of music and the live music scene, so please catch them there. Amy, you are welcome. And I'm watching the comments pop up here. Toy says, Finding Melissa's set list sounds killer. Yeah, they played, they were one of the opening acts at the Autism Rocks benefit this year that I did, and just they killed it there. They are loved by a lot of people, and Stephanie Sutherland, who's in the band, is also in White Knuckle Weekend with her husband Billy. Got a chance to sit with Billy for a bit that day. It's always a pleasure to see him, and just wonderful stuff going on at Mr. Burroughs there for Sunday Fun Day as well. So good stuff. Mark Feldman, thank you. Colleen, thank you. Sorry it froze up again, guys. I'm trying to get the bottom of it, but it's technology. I can't seem to get it to do what we need it to do here sometimes. So we're going to get out of here today. We'll be back tomorrow with Hot Topic Tuesday, hopefully without any glitches. And I'll see you then. But until then, if you're off tonight, we understand it's a Monday, but get out and support live local music this week and the bands and venues that bring it to you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
And I wanna see a show. I flip on the book